We're back with Davenport Mayor Mike Mattson. The capital budget would also set aside almost $8 million to make repairs to sewer lines. Davenport is like cities across the country where water mains, sewer mains, and gas lines are aging. How much can this bring the city's sewer system up to speed? Will the city need to allocate this kind of money for years to come?
Yes, years ago, Jim, we wouldn't raise the sewer fee, and for many years, and then all of a sudden we come to our citizens and have a big jump. We budget now a little percentage each year so everybody knows how much it is. And we had a consent order from the IDNR, and that was going to be an astronomical number. So we program in every year some sewer work with our partners from American Water, et cetera, to do the things they need to do. And then we have a big project along Duck Creek this next coming year, from the center of the city all the way out to 280, to get that redone and establish a better flow to get some of that taken care of also. So these aren't sexy things, but underground is old, and we have a lot of work to do, and we're committed to that also. And then when we do sewers, we also do the streets. If there's a sewer under a street, we do that too.
Well, you say it's not sexy, but it certainly is vital when you consider when things go wrong, the damage it does to the streets, and really causes a bigger problem in the long run if you don't address it.
Yes, sir. And sometimes, you know, people talk about we need the street, we need this, and we'll say, well, we're doing the sewers, and we're like, I've heard people say, well, I don't need the sewer done, I need the street done. If the sewer's under the street, we're going to do the street, and if we don't do the sewer, you're not flushing your toilet. So, and then we have a lot of money and a lot of grants, and we're working with our federal and state partners to get the water pollution control point. That's an older facility too, so we're going to put a lot of money into that to make the whole system better.
There's also more than $100 million City Council already approved separate from this budget. Some of that work will be done this year, like the flood mitigation project to protect the city from another flood like we saw in 2019. That includes addressing the storm sewer system. Is that separate from these repairs we just mentioned, and what will we see in flood prevention this year?
Yeah, the intersection of River Drive and 4th. We're working with our state folks to do that, and then we got some money in the omnibus bill that President Biden signed for Marquette and River Drive, and then we're working on getting some funds at LeClaire and 3rd. So we're already the phase 1 and the big stuff underground. We're doing now, and this year will be a big part of that. And so hopefully we continue to work with our partners to get more money so we can start doing the above ground stuff in the next few years. But the underground stuff we're already getting after.
A lot of work to be done, certainly. Of course, people remember what happened in 2019. I'm going to change subjects here because I don't know if you saw this from the Department of Justice, specifically its antitrust department. It sent a letter this week to the Surface Transportation Board warning that the merger of Canadian Pacific and Kansas City Southern Railroads would hurt the country's rail system. What do you think about that, especially in light of the city's deal to accept $10 million from Canadian Pacific if that merger is approved?
Yeah, I've heard of that. I haven't read it or seen it. All I can say, Jim, as you know, we discussed in good faith with our CP friends. The whole effort was, if the merger goes through, we want them to pay for the mitigation stuff we need, whether it's overpasses or quiet zones, and we got that done. And then with our work with the state in getting the destination grant of about $10 million, we've used ARPA, railroad, and other monies to get state money so we can do $20 million of stuff, so we can do all of those things, quiet zones, overpasses, and destination stuff along the riverfront. So we continue to talk with them. I can't speak to higher level who thinks what's good and bad. I mean, obviously this is an impact big for us, but we want to make sure that we mitigate, and we continue to talk with our railroad folks.
I know you've had some apprehensions about it. Just wondering what your reaction is to hearing that letter even happened from the Justice Department.
I don't know. I haven't seen the letter, and I've only heard about it, so I don't really have any thoughts because I don't know what it impacts what we're doing here.
Of course, no decision yet from the Surface Transportation Board on that merger. Davenport Mayor Mike Mattson, always a pleasure to speak with you. Good luck with everything in the city.